My name is Mishar Nasrallah, and my topic today is about the artist Jacob Lawrence. Jacob is online of the most popular artists who was born in Atlantic in 1917. He is known as one of the most senior artists who reflect about the migration series. In his artwork, actually, we can see a lot of content related to the war series, which reflect the time flies in the time period of 19th century. Actually, in 19th and 20th century, we can actually see that there are a lot of migrations, such as like Africa and America. Pakistan and India has been held. In the portrait of Jacob, we can basically interpret this work, and Jacob Lawrence was one of the most renowned African American artists of his time. He is known for producing narrative collections like the Migration series and War series. He illustrated the African American experience using vivid colors set against black and brown figures. First inspiration in 1924, moved to Harlem with his family, and his first influence was an introduction with the most vibrant and black intellectual culture. He immersed in an instinctual black culture, and his factor is highly prominent in his paintings. Toussaint Louverture series composed of 41 separate works which depicts about the separate successful Haitian slave rebellion thought. He is the first African as well as American artist at age 24, and his work comes as highly professional work in all around the state. Francis Dominique Toussaint Louverture was a Haitian general and most prominent leader of Haitian Revolution. During his life, Louverture first fought against the French, and then finally against France again for the cause of Haitian independence. The Jacob work is mostly based upon this, and he has done series of painting upon this culture. His series from 1930s on Harriet Tubman, for example, seems intended to teach. Tubman is an anonymous, universal artist seems shackled to the story, intimidated by it. Yet there are underlying instinct for form and the dynamic interplay of colors that remains his stock in trade. Life of Harriet Tubman passed through the endeavors with the railroad. Frederick Douglass was depicted in series about the dedicated efforts of African American rights. He is associated with Cubism, considered as social realistic artwork. The war series and the migration stories has a major influence on his artwork. He have narrative thoughts of compilation and determine about the real-time happening of the time. Markup of storylines and determine about the complications of the time which flies across the surroundings. There are three major influences include Diamir, Giotto, and finally William Edmondson. He worked with respect to channel and document human emotions by cultural and historical references. Here you can see there are some various work such as the Migration series, Bio shows and Shoemaker, Cursing Decade, Who Was He and Why, and finally Jacob and Harlem. He continued painting and work upon various narratives. The Migration of Negro is complete whole series which is painted by Jacob. The life of John Brown and its association with the war can also being predicted from the painting of Jacob. He claimed a highly successful African American artist of 21st century. He is famous for using modern color, streamlined ideas showing the present condition of people. He is imaginative, angling, and persuasive thought which depicts about the present happening of the lifestyle. And he died in year 2000. For the summary, we talked about a famous artist known as African and American artist of time. Loved to work upon a related on migration series, describe majorly war series, and finally illustrate the color set of brown and black conflicts in artist view. Thank you for your time.